Day 213. So we are in our hotel room. My mom's here with me, and we are getting ready for bed. We have kind of had a hectic travel day, as I mentioned. Well, for me, 5 minutes ago. For you, is in the last video. We had a long delay on our international flight, which just kind of put stress on the whole trip. We landed in Zurich. We were supposed to land at like 9 in the morning, ended up landing around noon. The original delay was, I want to say, over 4 hours, but they did make up some time in the air. And yeah, so we ended up getting into Zurich. We used the great public transportation that surrounds this country, trains, and one of the few ways that sometimes you can only get to certain places. Like where I'm at right now, which I'm not going to try to pronounce because I'm not great with German pronunciation. But we ended up taking 4 trains to get here. And while the system ran perfectly, and by the end we, could clearly understand the how the trains worked, right? It was a hectic time period. And so we ended up, not eating exactly on a normal schedule. We were on the plane. We did the whole, they turn off the lights and you sleep for, 5-6 hours. They wake you up, they give you some breakfast to kind of like give you a day kind of break in midair. And so we had that. And then, we got off the plane. Got into downtown, decided that we were just going to keep going because we were so full. Ended up stopping at a restaurant along the route, and had, some pizza and salad. It turned out to be a chain, and we kind of knew that, but, it at this point, as long as it's good food, who cares? And yeah, and then we ended up at our hotel. They had some little cakes and tea and wine available in the beginning, and then we ended up having dinner here at the hotel as well, which it kind of felt like everything was happening a little later than it was supposed to. It's like the breakfast we ended up eating was probably around 11 o'clock Zurich time. For us, it was like 5 in the morning. Well, actually 4 in the morning for me, for my mom, because she's DC time is B5. But for me, the whole point is to get on the local system as quickly as possible. So our original leave time, right, we would have gone in at 9, we would have eaten breakfast at 8, it would have been perfect. But because I got pushed late, right, we were full when we got off the plane, which mean that we kept going, and we didn't end up eating lunch till 1:30, 2 o'clock. And then we did actually end up eating dinner early, but that was because the hotel said that they had reservations already kind of booked for later dinners. But yeah, it's one of those things where, when you're traveling, you're not going to have the normal process that you're used to. And even if you want to eat earlier, or even if you want to try to follow a pattern or a system, sometimes you just end up nibbling along the road, whatever you can find, right? And so it's just something to kind of, again, keep in mind that that you're in a different country or a different state or whatever you're doing traveling, and you need to make sure that you can manage your intake. Like for the rest stop that we did, I said pizza and salad. We ended up splitting a pizza and salad, and it worked out fairly well. Dinner, we didn't do that, but that's for other reasons. But yeah, it's taking it one step at a time and trying to figure out how you can eat less while still traveling and tasting the good food that you're going to have.